Hey everyone, it is King Mike X here with another Dragalia Lost video. Today I'm going to be doing speculation involving Gala Dragalia, because I noticed there's been been a thing every month now, and I wanted to give my speculation because like they said it's going to be random, but I feel like it's going to be every month, but they're going to switch between an adventure and a dragon, where they do adventure like one month and then the next month they do dragon, which seems like that's been the case right now. So I wanted to give my speculation on who I think could be the next Gala units, per se. So I'm no this month. If they do have it this month, it's going to be an adventure most likely. So here's what I'm speculating, because now we recently just got Xena, so I don't think they're going to do anything with that. But I feel like Laxi and Xena are the only two characters that do not have a Gala units that have been introduced in the story that I'm pointed to, like one of the main characters. Leaf got one recently, but yeah, I feel like Laxi might be getting one. And Laxi, here's the thing. I know that Flame has been getting has a lot of Galas already. They have Cerise was the first one. Then after we got the next one, which we actually got to win one Rangel, the next one we got another fire one in the form of Gala Mim. And we haven't seen any, and since then we haven't seen any, because after that we got Gala Cleo, followed by Gala Uden, Gala Prince, then Gala Luke, then Gala Alisand, then Gala Luca, and then then Gala Alex, and then most recently Gala Leaf, at least for Adventurer's case. Because after Gala Alex, we did get another Gala in the form of Gala Mars, and then it was Gala Leaf, and then most recently we just got Kate Sith at the end of June. So I'm gonna give my speculation on who I think the next adventurer was. Now, if honest truth, I feel like Galaxy will be, but the one thing I am interested on is like I feel like they might do something similar to what they did with the Prince, because if you remember the Prince, what they did with him is that they kept him as a sword unit, but they made him into a light unit, as shown as shown here. Gala Prince is now become a light sword. So here's what I'm thinking. If they do Gala Laxi next, I'm thinking they make Gala Laxi a water blade, but instead of it being Gala Laxi, it's Gala Minascula, where instead of just if you remember, Laxi Minascula's heart is inside of Laxi. So I'm thinking like for the Gala thing, it's like, hey, he's now Gala Minascula, and then what they're gonna have is, and their like one unique thing is like they will have a unique transformation where instead of a dragon, it's gonna be like a dragon thing where they'll have what's the thing called again? The Eden mode. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I want to see. If not, they could do someone else. Who knows? I don't know, but I feel like that's the route I would like to take, because every unit besides water has 2 units now for Gala units. Because fire has Gala Mim and Gala Cerise. Wind has Gala Leaf and Gala Ransel. Night has Gala Prince and Gala Luca. And Shadow has Gala Alex and Gala Cleo. So that's what I'm thinking will be next. They'll do a Gala Lax. Or here's what they could do, because this is another person that they introduced in the story technically, which was Lara Noah. Though she was only seen briefly, and she got only to be just like taken down by Gala Mars. But who knows? They could. It all depends on the next chapter. But I feel like the next chapter instead would be like, if we get the next chapter, I feel like instead of it being a Gala unit, I don't think it's. I feel like no. I feel like they're gonna have Lara Noah, because we don't get. It depends on, first of all, the interlude, because we're getting an interlude this month, and also it depends on it, and like it essentially depends on the interlude, because they gave an interlude with, because the only reason why I'm thinking it's actually because of like Laxi's role in chapter 14 as I mean, yes, we got Xena, but I don't think they give us a Gala unit of Xena right away. So I'm thinking do Laxi, but make it Melascula as it, but make it like well, instead of being Melascula as a Gala unit, and it'd be like a water blade. That's what I'm hoping for. Um, that's the one thing that I am hoping for. So yeah, but after that, if not, then yeah, Gala Noah. And like I said, it's only because she did make that brief appearance, but she hasn't been seen since. So we left up to speculation. People make the joke that she's dead, but I don't think so. Um, so that's one thing I'm thinking about. Um, but but that's after Laxi. It could be Naranoa. Could wait? Who knows? Naranoa could be one, or it could also be Galazina at one point. That we gotta. It's you can't really speculate much because of the story, but it seems like. But since like Gawas have been like going in a theme now, depending on the chapter. Oh, whoops. Okay. Enough to speculation. So yeah. But going on, let's move on to the dragons. Now, here's the thing. I have some issues with this. I know Thor is considered a light dragon, but if you look at the art, that's green. That's not light, that is green. So I'm thinking that he might be a wind dragon or something like that. Or, but people are saying that Thor is a light dragon, and I can understand why. But, like, because Valak is a light unit. But here's something to counteract that. Yuden. Okay, and yes, I know that Yuden's brothers and sisters, well, adopted brothers and sisters, essentially the way that the story's going, that each one of their dragons is attuned to the element. Though I don't even know. Well, we know that. Though Rochelle, it's a little bit more interesting because the chapter that she's introduced in, like with Leonidas, he was introduced in a fire. His thing was all about fire, and it makes sense with Gala Mars. But Valix was in with a wind thing. The whole chapter was wind, except for when you fought Valix when he was a light. I mean, there was light units too, but the main focus was wind. So I'm thinking if they're doing it like that, it's more so like. I feel like it's more so that like because it was so weird because I get it that how it is, but it's like the other chapters they didn't change they didn't really change elements of like what they not as they it's like even though they have multiple elements in other chapters, the still the main focus was like in Leonidas the main focus was fire, and with Shell, even though she does have cats, there's a shadow dragon, it's left up to big equation because her chapters are comprised of light enemies as the bosses. But with Valix, it was wind most Valix's chapter, which is chapter 6, it was wind enemies mostly were the bosses, except for Valix, the two times you face him, and he was light. So I don't know. It's hard to say because they've been changing up that way with the most recent chapters. I just think that who knows? Thor might be a wind dragon. It could be just because of like how the blast looks. The blast looks like the blast on the background is green. It is legit green there, as you can see. But there's also light in it. So it's hard to say. We'll see. And then but, because the only two dragons we have yet to see. Well, okay, there's 3 people who we have yet to see. And hang on a minute. Oh yeah, Emil. So there are 3 dragons. We've seen Valix's dragon Thor, though even though it says it's light, I'm still leaving that up to ambiguation because they can make it like Yuden, where because Yuden's a fire unit, yet he's always using Midgard Stormir in the story. So Valix could be like, even though he's a light unit, Thor could possibly be a wind element. Who knows? It's up to speculation at this point. But but the but then again, I'm still thinking Thor might be light. But the only reason why is because of Emil. Because Emil's the way that Valak's dressed, like each one of these characters, the way that they dress normally assumes what kind of adventurer they are. Though, I mean, except for with Shell, I can't even. But like Valak, light uses light armor. Ferris, mostly using blue covered things. So and essentially the two chapters that he's associated in, he seems to be using water as like the main bosses in there. So I'm thinking Ferris might be of water. If we get him as a unit, he'll be like I'm assuming he's a water unit, and and if he has a path bound dragon, it will be a water dragon. And then there's Emil. Emil, it, the only reason why I'm still speculating that Thor might be light is because Emil could possibly be wind. It could. I mean, he doesn't really have a path bound dragon. It seems like right now. Neither does Ferris. It seems like, though he did control those one dragons, but the void dragons. But if we do end up if we do end up getting the path bound dragons, I feel like Emil's will be wind and Ferris's will be water. If that happens, but who knows? We have to see because Emil could go through. It's hard to see. Yeah, like it's hard to say. Okay, I see that people say that he might be a wind. Like he might get the wind one, but who knows? The only reason why I'm speculating that either Emil is the next focus, has like a bigger focus in the next chapter, where we see him and we see his dragon and stuff, and he plays a big part. Or Valix is gonna and Thor reveals to be wind, but that's up to. I feel like the only reason why I'm saying this is because here's the thing. Um, the way that because the way that they're releasing the dragons is as soon as they release the dragons, the next month they talk about that they release a master Agito for that difficulty, and it's been going in order because the first one we got was Volk, and before we got Volk, we got Gala Mars was the dragon we got, and then we got Volka, and then Master Volk came in a month later. Now we just recently got Cat Sith, who was a Shadow Dragon, and we're getting Gala, and we're getting Master Cayenne. So the way that it's going, it seems like the next one, which won't be until the next one we're going to be getting, which won't be until actually September, because we're getting Cayenne at the end of this month. The next one that we'll be going to be getting would be Master CL Spec. And if that's the case, I'm guessing the next month we're getting a Wind Dragon with this after it gets revealed in the story. Kind of. So I'm thinking Emil will get a dragon and it'll be like a wind. Either Emil gets a dragon and a wind and it turns out to be a wind one, or Valix's dragon. Valix shows up and Thor turns out to be a wind unit, wind dragon. That's the only two speculations I can assume. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because even though it seems like Thor might be the light dragon, here's the reason why I'm thinking there's two ways he could do this. Either Emil gets a dragon and it turns out to be wind, or he doesn't get a dragon and instead Valkyrie dragon turns out to be wind, and instead the light Gala dragon that would be important to the story could be Elysium. Or something like that. I don't know. It's going to be hard to speculate. Um, but Valix, I know, it's hard to say. If Thor turns out to be the light dragon, that's fine. But then I feel like if that's the case, then we won't see Valix will probably be like the last person we face. Or Thor would be like the last dragon we would get for Gal Dragon involving the story. Involving the brothers at least. But we still have yet to do because, well, going to Nintendo, the Dragalia Lost thing. Let's see. Let's go to the world of it. If I remember correctly, the Iberian royal family. No, wait, no, character relationships. Let's see. So, Leonidas is the first heir, Varys is the second heir, and we know what these two. Well, Leonidas turns out, but like we don't know his dragon. We don't know if Ferris is dragon. Still no idea what Emil's dragon ends up being, because, okay, he was put down with Mercury, but that could change. We know who the fifth heir is. There's a lot of things that can happen, but it's hard to say because there's a lot that's going on with the story, so we don't know. Because I know that Bergen is one of the. If Bergen it's just too hard to explain because of a lot of things. Like many, I was talking with other people, like straight. I've talked to straight laced Orthodox, quite gaming, in the Discord channel with them about stuff involving the story, because it's like many people want to know why Bergen was like a thing. Like Bergen, the fifth heir, like he was locked away, and yet he never made an appearance at all in some of the other alternate worlds, alternate timelines. And many people think it's because of Aurelius here, the Siege King. People think that he was holding back Bergen, and his death, Aurelius's death, caused Bergen to be like allowed Bergen to come to make his return, and why the current events lead, and why he has the other Morseati's, why he absorbed Morseati, how he's able to absorb Morseati. There's a lot of speculation involved with the story, but I know it went out of hand. But yeah, I'm thinking that next eventually can either be Gala Manascada, or somehow they just decide to give us Gala Laranoa, depending on the interlude. Followed by a dragon, which will either be Emil getting a wind dragon, or Valak's Thor turning out to be wind. And then after that, we'll see what involving who the characters we could get next. Because either Gala Manascada could either be the next, like here's the one thing. We already got Gala units for most of the story characters besides Xena and Laxi, as they were the most recent to join, but we'll see how it goes. There's a lot of characters that, because there can only go so far involving Gala characters, I feel like, because until they start introducing them into the actual story, because that's what Gala is essentially. And adventurer, the only other character that I'm pretty sure, like Cerise got a Gala unit, Miv got a Gala, okay, and Neve got a Gala, that's fine. But the only other characters that have joined sides with involving that have joined sides with Yuden, the only ones that like characters that you get from summon videos are the only other one that we've seen is Laranoa. So that's what I'm speculating. I'm speculating Laranoa would get a Gala unit eventually. We'll see. And I'm wondering what Ferris's dragon will be. I feel like, yeah, if anything, Emil will get a wind dragon, and that would be his. And that would be the next Gala dragon. That's what I'm actually kind of leaning towards now, after talking over this. And I feel like then it'll be Theris, and finally Valak will get with Thor. But we have to see for that. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I just kind of wanted to go over that. Just kind of speculating on Gala. And, well, we're only about 2 months. We're now about almost more than two. We're more than 2 months away, but still, it's getting close to our 2-year anniversary, and I'm looking forward to what they have planned. Because there's still stuff that they talked about that they have yet to release. One of them, and in fact, let me go over this. So one thing that we know is that they're adjusting Halloween Elasan. The defensive battle is coming up tomorrow, it seems like. Kalia's Wrath Master is coming, as well as this stuff. But one thing that I'm looking for. One thing that I know that I'm looking forward to is specify which adventures appear on the homepage. Of course, you can do that now. Of course, there could be other game improvements, but one thing that I know that I'm looking forward to is we got this event compendium. I feel like this page hasn't been updated in a while. Um, so, oh, okay. Well, it's still putting on because we still don't have all the events. We only have facility events so far, and we know we're going to be getting. The Hunt for Harmony will be added this month. I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for raid events to possibly be a thing, but I think the only reason why they haven't is because if you looked at the facility events, they are single player only, the event compendium. But so we'll see. They could just release a single player version. I mean, they've done that for Omega. Yeah, they've done that for the Omega difficulty. So who knows? But if not, I mean, they could do like something that could be like, who knows? It's hard to say. I mean, they could do it where it's like, they could do it where you have like, if that's the case, where it's like, it would be like something they could do with that is like they can have is that could be like a combination with astral raids. You could do at like on the weekends you have astral raids, and on the weekdays you have like the raids from the regular events. And when you have an actual event, like they'll have like, if anything, the way that they could do raids balance it because of like between astral raids is, here's what they do the astral raids on the weekend, but during the weekdays, and the event compendium, the regular raids could be available. The raids for the other events could be available instead, but they'll be done. But the only time they will be off is when either there's an astral raid or there's another raid event that's going on at that time that isn't that like a rerun or an event or a new event. So that's the only way I can speculate that for the raid events. But yeah, there's a couple of facility events that they still haven't done that I actually want to do. Like if I was to say, so like some of the stuff that I want to do is if I was to go over to facility event. But oh yeah, and the encyclopedia. I totally forgot about that. I've been waiting for that, and when it does happen, I feel like they will have. I feel like when they finally get the when they finally get the encyclopedia, I feel like the dragons, the high dragons, will be played more because if the encyclopedia gives us rewards for collecting, I'm pretty sure people want to try to get like, if the reward is good enough, or heck, if it, I'm pretty sure they would do that anyway, no matter what. The people are gonna try to go to get the event. People are gonna try to finish that. Try to collect and get every weapon from the high dragons. They complete them. So yeah, they're gonna be farming that. So that will, when that happens, we'll see a rise in like certain uses of characters. But yeah, there's only a couple of facility events that they haven't added yet. Like the Choco Treasure event isn't in the event compendium. Neither is the Accursed Archives. The Hunt for Harmony is coming. A Crescendo of Courage isn't in there yet. And a Dash of Disaster, of course. And of course, the other one is the most recent one that's actually, wait, no, it's still going on right now, Rhythmic Resolutions. So yeah, honestly, guys, I'm looking forward to, I'm hoping for some big stuff that happens involving involving the next anniversary. So, which I know we're going to be getting what's the thing called again? We're going to be getting a Dragalia Digest for that because we haven't had one we haven't had one since the half anniversary. But then again, Dragalia Digest don't happen often. I think after the anniversary one, like the first one we had was the half anniversary, then we had the anniversary one, and then the one after that we had was for the winter one. which I think they're going to be doing. That's what they're going to be doing. I feel like if they have the way that I feel like they should do it is they split it up into four. They should split it up in between like there should be like four Dragalia Digests per year. Like one will be there'll be the half anniversary, which could be the spring one. There's the 1 year anniversary, which could be I guess you could call that the fall one, as well as the winter one we have. But there should be a summer one for that. So like we'll have like one. So like we'll have a Dragalia Digest in like we'll have one in March. We'll have one in like the end of June. Then we'll have one in July. Then we'll have one in September, and then the last one will be December. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys on the next one, and also make sure that if you like this video, please leave a like. Please click the like button and also leave a comment down below and share this video around. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe and click the notification bell. I'm hoping to get up, and hopefully if we get enough subscribers, which I think I need over 1,000 subscribers, I'll start creating a new member. I'm hoping to get a new membership program for everyone. So on that note, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.